What you
Yeah.
just said didn't make any sense, sweetheart. If the
Right.
man said, damn, why so many times? How can he then come back and say, well, yeah, I've been tested that many times too, instead of saying that first? And why say, damn, why so many times at all? Instead of just saying, yeah, I've been tested that many times too. Why do that? And another thing,
Yeah.
Okay.
I understand where people say that, Devin gets all this flack. Devin and his father also starts a lot of the issues that they're having with the public and the media. For instance, with the drug testing, insinuating that Brian Norman had something to have. That's not just fight talk, that's borderline slander. Right. And I could see if we had the same conversation surrounding the
Oh
Ramirez
no.
fight, then I wouldn't be saying anything. Right. Because if he did it after the Ryan fight with every opponent, because I don't remember any of this with Ramirez. I don't remember this big spectacle with Ramirez, right? It's only because Brian Norman has some sort of punching power. Now all of a sudden it can't be natural. That's slander, bruh. That's borderline slander. And I get it if you shell shocked, if you want to just make sure your opponents are clean. I have no issue with that because we should be pushing for a clean sport. But you
Yeah.
can't then pick and choose who you want overly tested, right? So if Ramirez was tested 10 times for their fight, then guess what? I'm going to shut the fuck up. But I guarantee you he wasn't.
He wasn't.
Yeah.
Hey, you know your favorite fighter. You do know your favorite fighter did Ryan Garcia like that when they fought.
Yeah. Yeah. But let's not
Overly
even.
What does
testing
your
him.
what
Let's not
does
be
that have?
taking
Wait,
this.
hold on, hold on, hold on. What does that
I'm
have to
just letting
touch
you
with
know
what I just
fighters been
said?
doing. I'm just letting you know
Richard,
fighters been doing this. Fighters been doing this.
That has
Fighters
nothing to
been
do with
doing
what
this.
I just
Your
said.
favorite
That has
fighter did it.
absolutely nothing to do with
Let's
what I
Your
just said.
favorite fighter did it
Absolutely
though.
nothing to
I'm
do
just
with what I
saying.
just
I'm just
said.
saying. Your favorite
Nothing to
fighter
do with
has
what I
done it.
just said.
Your
And there
favorite
we go,
fighter has
throwing that
done it
in the. What does that have to do with what I just
Yeah.
said?
Let's not drink.
because it's
What
normal.
does
That
that have to
happens.
do with what I
I'm
just
letting you know.
said?
I'm just
No,
letting you
it's
know that
not
that's
normal,
normal.
bro. That's
How ain't
not
it?
normal. So what
Your
Ramirez
favorite
can
fighter did it.
Wait. No,
listen
guys.
to
Guys.
me. Why the fuck you keep talking about Tank? Nobody's talking about
Yeah. Nobody
Javante but
wants to
you
talk about.
goofy
Because
niggas.
because you shit on
Nobody's
everybody but
talking
him.
about
Because you
him,
shit
bro.
on everybody
You
but
heard
him.
it.
Because you shit on everybody
That's
but him.
What?
You
Nobody's talking
biased as
about him.
hell.
damn,
You
Rich.
biased
That
as
Nobody's
was
hell.
talking about
You
crazy.
anybody
That
biased
but
as
was
fuck.
I'm
Tank.
not.
crazy,
I'm not.
Rich.
Yeah,
That's
y'all.
That was
ridiculous.
crazy.
Fuck
You
out
went
of
off,
here.
man.
You
You went off
biased
the
as
top.
hell.
Nobody's
That's
You went
talking
why.
off.
about Tank.
Yeah. Nobody has to
That,
talk about Tank.
you went off the top.
Well,
Yeah,
because you shit on everybody
that's
but
our
him, and
topic.
all her dad hate
That's
come because she a
ridiculous.
Tank fan.
Hold on, y'all. Hold
All
on,
her
y'all.
That's
dad hate is because
ridiculous.
she a
Hold
Tank
on,
fan.
Rich,
So she's sitting up here fishing for shit to hate on Dave
Rich. Hold
about.
on, Rich. Hold on,
Fuck
Rich.
out
Hold
of
on,
here.
Rich.
Yeah.
Rich. We're not talking about Tank. We're talking about Devin and Brian Norman Jr. She was on topic
And
on the
that's what
situation.
she
You brought.
insinuating. All her
Hold on, Rich.
arguments is, man, come
Hold
on,
on,
man.
Rich. You went into bringing up Tank. Well, we're not talking about Tank. We ain't talking about Tank on this entire show. This entire whole show. You know what I'm saying? 100%. You feel me? I'm just saying in general. Let's stay on topic. You know what I mean?
It was
And
more or
we
less because
good and
people were being
everything.
biased, though. Cam,
So
motherfuckers ain't being for real, though. Like, other fighters ain't been doing that shit when you suspect someone been on PEDs.
All right,
But
so let me
hold on,
clean it up
guys.
for you a
The
little bit,
fuck?
Hold,
Rich.
Like, that's
hold
crazy.
fire again.
let's take time. Let my
No, I
brother
ain't got
say
to
Let me
something.
finish,
let
man.
me let me clean it up a little bit for you. So the it ain't it's really not a problem, right? But the thing about it is, it was more of a dick swinging contest than actually being put into a perspective, right? Because it was already agreed, you know what I'm saying, for the testing, right? Instead of contacting the managers or instead of contacting Norman Senior himself or instead of contacting AC himself, the two managers, right? Bill didn't do that. Bill went to social media. That's the problem, right?
Exactly.
And then you put out a time limit. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem right there, bro. Like you try to, we this or we that, King Diggling type shit. You know how niggas is, bro. You know what I mean? Just put it in perspective for you. You know what I mean? That's the problem, right? Niggas ain't got no problem testing or nothing like that, right? It's just the fact the way you did it. You know what I'm saying? That's not cool, bro. That should not
Say,
be at all.
say we can't forget the fact that before Bill went to Twitter and did that, he knew that Brian
He
had already
knew.
signed the papers for
Yeah,
Vada. So
and like that, and that's another thing. He knew. You know what I mean? Instead of you saying right then and there, "Oh no, this is not good enough," it should have been, "Well, we're gonna do this, this, and the third." But instead of doing that, you waited 4 or 5 days and then say what you say on social media. That's
Yeah.
fucked up, bro.
I
Yeah.
and
expect
that
that
was
from Bill, though. Everybody know Bill got behavior problems. Like, Bill is a fool. I don't even pay Bill the fuck attention because just
Right.
half the shit Bill say is bullshit and the other half is full of shit. So, like, I don't even be paying Bill attention, bro. I be focused on the fighters. That's why I'm like, Don't hold the promoters and shit toward the fight. Fuck Bill. Like, fuck about what Bill talking. He ain't getting his ass in the ring.
So yeah, and so I just want to say this, like what Tay said is fine. Like I get the whole thing. Maybe the way they went about was wrong, but like this whole conversation about you're weaponizing testing or like it doesn't really like at the end of the day both fighters are gonna get tested, and they both get tested equal amount of times. I don't know why people think
no, they're not.
No, they're not, Hacker.
I personally know, but I ain't fit to speak on it. I personally know.
I honestly don't know how the testing work, but I do know when you suspect somebody in PEDs, you're gonna have their ass tested.
I'll put it like this, a better lack of terms.
But see that hold on, Dr. Hacker, because Rich, that's my question, right? Why do you suspect that man? He's never done anything to make you suspect him of using PEDs, only because he hits hard.
Queen, I just said earlier, how could you blame Devin and them for not doing that when the motherfucker just down there ruined his career? Everybody I fight, I want to see the results.
Okay, but that's fine. Did he do that to Ramirez? Did he do that to Ramirez?
We don't know. Hold on, we don't know that because but we don't know that because Ramirez camp never came out talking. They never said nothing.
Now,
we don't know that.
Rich, I gotta stop you there, brother. Rich,
I don't know. I'm just saying I don't know. I'm not gonna speak on something I don't know.
Hold on, Rich. I gotta stop you there. The same emphasis that they pushing on the Normans, they didn't push that same emphasis on Ramirez going into that fight. That's
we don't know. But hold on.
brother.
And I'm not saying you wrong, bro. I'm not saying you wrong. I swear to God, I'm not saying you wrong. But one thing we can't say, Norman and them came out and said something. Ramirez and them never said nothing. So I don't know. That's why I don't know.
I can tell you this too, and even more. I've been watching a lot of interviews between Devin Haney and Bill Haney building up in this fight, and they always continue to acknowledge the power of Brian Norman Jr. and insinuating that they definitely are well aware of this power and everything, and they keep mentioning that he has the power similar to Evander Holyfield and George Foreman and everything. They're very well in that shit, and then you add context to them as for overload testing than they did compared to a fight with Jose Ramirez. Just got to read the room and read a little bit of context into the situation.
I think a lot, but look, I ain't gonna. I'm not no biased nigga. Some of that could be nerd. That nigga hit like a motherfucking mule. Hell yeah, testing.
Yeah,
shit, that shit could be nerd.
That's still slander. That's still slander, bro.
But that's not slander because people been saying that forever in boxing though. Queen motherfuckers been calling motherfuckers cheats, all kind of shit in boxing, man.
That's still slander. That's still slander.
Okay, it's slander. It's slander, but at the same time, that's what they do in there. They Cotto with what's the name did that shit to Cotto. He called that man every cheat in the book. Like that's what it is.
Margarito didn't do nothing.
He had PEDs. He had PEDs, and they rematched.
I have no PEDs. What are you talking about?
The fact that they had already.
Okay, you're right.
Had already signed the papers.
Hold on, Hacker. Let's start with talk.
Ryan had already signed the papers, and then Bill days later went, and that is what made people start insinuating. That is what kind of made it slanderous to me. Whoa. And absolutely, it's a problem when you didn't go that hard on Ramirez. Maybe Ramirez did sign up for 365, but here's the thing: Brian signed up for the same shit. So why you come out publicly and try to point a finger in a direction to make people think this man is possibly is all them muscles? Okay, that's his genetics, though. And
I don't even know why y'all pay Ryan any attention. Pay Bill any attention, bro. But that's no different from Tank. Not to be bringing him up saying all niggas on Snack is cheaters when ain't not one motherfucker on Snack tested positive. That's slander.
But I got my own philosophy about Snack, but
who tested positive on Snack? Who busted dirty on Snack? I want to know because I don't know. If you do know somebody,
Ryan Martin.
Who?
Ryan Blue Chip Martin.
Yeah.
I don't remember that, but you could be right. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, as of lately, the last 5 teams, from what I've seen, I ain't seen nobody pop on Snack.
Nobody connected. Nobody's
Andre
No drug
Berto
linked
was
to
on it.
snack has actually caused somebody to test positive.
And
Then
that
Shane
man called and
Mosley, then
that
Shane
man
Mosley
called
had some
snack
sort of
fight.
issue
That
with it
man
or
called
something.
snack fighters cheaters all day long.
Yeah, but let's not bring up Tank. I don't even want to bring up Tank.
I ain't talking about him. I'm just saying we speaking on slander. I'm just saying people accuse motherfuckers all the time in the sport,
Yeah,
bro.
but we're talking about the slander from Bill Haney to the Normans
But that's
after
what I
they've
said. I don't
already
know why
signed their
y'all want
testing.
to deal with
That's
it.
what that's what I don't understand. It doesn't really make sense to do. So I get what you're saying. Bill's gonna be Bill, right? But at
Yeah,
what point do we
Bill.
stop giving him a pass for being Bill?
But
Like
wait,
at what point do we stop giving him a pass for being just Bill,
You,
right?
hey,
Like at what
you,
point do we hold him accountable for this shit?
when we
Like you
stop
can't
paying
just
him,
run around
look,
here.
when we stop paying Bill attention, his ass will disappear. I promise you, like LeVar Ball type shit.
oh,
We gotta quit paying that nigga attention.
yo,
And that's just some
Well, you
real
know what,
shit, bro.
That'll
from
never
your lips
happen
to
in that
God's
manner,
ear,
though,
that'll
bro.
never happen. That'll never happen.
wait,
Bill
let me
will
get
have a
this.
fit if nobody pays
I
that
mean,
attention. He will go host.
fuck Bill.
Look,
Bill don't.
that nigga will host. That nigga will host the Boxing Voice his damn self if don't nobody pay his ass no goddamn attention. Are
I
you
mean,
crazy?
I'm
They'll
just
live
saying
for
though,
But
like
wait,
attention.
I don't
wait,
even like
hold up, y'all.
if
Hold up,
if
one second, guys. So when it comes to this whole slander talk, Bill never slandered Brian Norman. Let's keep that in perspective. He never said Brian Norman was cheating. He never said they even suspected Brian Norman. In fact, when it came to that whole conversation of them PED testing, from what Bill Haney was saying, he was under the knowledge that they already started testing, but they didn't. So I don't know if it's true.
Bill lying. I'm gonna tell
And
you.
I,
Let me
and I'm
stop.
not here. I'm not
I
here.
get
Wait,
what you're saying. Let me stop you
I'm
right there.
not. No, hold on. No
Let
stopping.
me
I
just
want
stop
to
you.
finish.
Hold on. Let me just stop
I
you.
just want to finish. You can talk
Hold on,
after.
hold on. I understand you want to finish, but let me
I'm
stop
not
you so you
speaking.
don't regurgitate
No,
ignorance.
no, that's
This
what
the
I'm.
No,
thing.
no,
He was
he's
Hold on,
gonna do that anyway,
hacker.
though, Tank.
no.
Hold on,
I don't
hacker.
want you to
Let's take
He's
pause.
gonna
regurgitate ignorance. I don't
he's
want you to
gonna do that
regurgitate
anyway.
ignorance. Yeah, I understand. I
He's gonna do
understand.
that
I know.
anyway.
I understand
I
he
mean, I
gonna
just
do that.
want to finish.
But
Go
here's the
ahead.
thing. Bill had the opportunity to say what he needed to say once he received the contract in the email. He never did.
Okay.
That's the whole thing. But you can't sit here and act as if you didn't know. No, he did, just as well as Jolene knew, just as
Okay.
well as Senior knew, just as
Okay.
well as AC knew,
Okay.
Turkey knew, everybody knew. You can't sit here and deny that you didn't know because everybody was tagged in the email.
Yes. Okay. And
And
that's
he
from the.
wanted to go
Now
back.
you're speaking from the context of somebody who knows, right? Like somebody that's part of that party. I'm speaking from the context of the general public. Based on what he said to the general public, he was just under the suspicion that the day already started.
Dr. Hacker, you know how stupid that statement just
No, because
sounded?
we have
You
to.
just said you're
Because
speaking from
it's not
somebody
getting
who
hearsay.
knows, but
Like,
we're
yeah,
speaking from what Bill says out publicly. What Tay just said was the
but
nigga came out and told the flat out lie when he knew behind the scenes
I can't
that
wait.
they
Hold on.
already signed to test.
It even becomes hearsay for him saying
That's
that.
what
That's what
makes
I'm
it
saying.
slander,
Wait,
nigga. Are
no,
you slow? Are you
wait.
slow?
Let's speak about it, right? It's not slander because he never said that Brian Norman was cheating. He never said Brian Norman tested positive for PEDs. He never said Brian Norman is even suspicious. He
No,
never
his
said
exact
none of
words
that.
was,
He
Where are you
insinuated
hiding?"
it, Hacker. Good
His
Lord.
exact words was, "What are you hiding?"
Dr. Hacker, you know what
He never
insinuation, bro.
said
And
that.
you know he insinuated that shit,
No,
and you know it.
I know what
You know
insinuation
it, bro.
is. I also know what slander is. So when you say somebody slanders somebody, there was nothing slanderous that came out from Bill Haney towards Brian Norman. If that makes sense.
I said it was borderline slanderous, but it was
That
definitely
it's
insinuation.
either
Heavy
it's
insinuation.
either slander or it's not slander. Borderline not slander is just not slander. It's either one or the other.
So no, it wasn't slander, but it was definitely insinuation. What can we agree on that? When
I
you
don't
come
even
out publicly after you know someone signed for a test privately, and you come out publicly and say, "Well, what's he hiding? Why you taking so long to take
know
the test?"
based on what he said.
What are you trying to do, Box Hacker? When you do
Based
something
on
like
what
that,
he
what are you trying to do?
Paint a picture of a person who's never tested positive for nothing. Now you still got people
It's
running
like
around these
you.
streets talking about where's his past test. Well, I look, that is slanderous. You could call it borderline. You're painting a picture in people's minds.
Wait, okay, you guys can hear me now. So just based on what he said, right? If I'm just basing things on what he said,
Oh, this is absurd.
all he was saying was that, hey, you were already supposed to start testing, you didn't.
That's not true.
That's not true.
Based on what he said, it is true.
And that's why I'm telling you he lying.
This nigga gonna say that's true. Like you know.
I'm basing things on what was released to the public.
Oh my
Not some
god.
underlying thing that happened in the background. So like when we say he slandered somebody's son, no, that's not what I got from it. There was nothing
He
slanderous
wasn't
about
supposed
it.
to already
We know
start
about
testing.
Hackett. We
This
know about
is the
that.
reason why
And
he
like at the
came
end of the
out
day,
and
it
did
doesn't really
this.
matter because both fires get tested. I don't know where.
This is the
We
reason
know.
why he came out and did it, because he wasn't already supposed to start testing. Remember, they got an extra what? 8. They had 4 weeks by Turkey's standards.
Yeah,
Bill wanted an extra 4, and then he flipped the script and asked for an extra 2. That's how we know it was some extra bull.
he flipped the script and asked for extra too. No,
Yeah,
he
asked for
said that
extra.
y'all
So he
were
got
already
10
supposed to have
weeks of
started.
testing,
He
which
said
is
y'all were.
Bill
I mean, we can
waiting
replay
above.
it where he talks about it. He said y'all were already.
Boxer
That's
Hacker,
lying.
when
He's
you with
lying,
You're
Boxer
man.
saying he's
Hacker,
lying, but that's hearsay. I'm just saying what he said.
Boxer
And I'm
Hacker,
telling you, he's
body
lying.
testing in general, body testing in general is 8 weeks, right? 8 weeks
Yep.
prior to a fight. The Normans already signed for 16 weeks, right? The extra 8, they already gave them that. Bill then wants an additional, what, 2, 3 weeks ahead of the time? So that is what we're talking about when we're saying weaponizing VADA. That is what I mean when I say he's trying to insinuate that something is going on with Brian Norman. Not to mention that he came out on X and on the Boxing Voice and say, well, what is he trying to hide? Why he hasn't started testing yet, so on and so forth. Right. So these are the things that I mean when I say insinuation. These are the things that we mean when we say slander. You're trying to paint a narrative as if somehow this boy's power is unnatural. What I'm also saying is why you didn't do that with Ramirez. And Ramirez's team would have came out and said it, because remember they came out and told us about the water that Bill and them was plucking around with in their room. You don't remember that? I played that on Tombstone's channel. They came out and complained about certain things with the Haney cat. So trust and
That was
believe me, if
after
they
the
ask
loss,
for
though.
additional, if
Yeah,
they,
but the water makes sense though. Like we act like
it
that water.
doesn't. It's not.
But
It's
that was
not about
after
what
the
took
fight.
place,
But
y'all.
that was after the
What
fight
does
too,
it
though, Queen.
matter? What does
I'm,
that matter?
but I'm
What does
saying
that
though,
matter?
Queen.
Wait,
But
hold
I'm
on,
saying
because
though,
you didn't let
Queen,
me
it ain't
finish
like
making my point. Let me finish making my point, then you can respond. Okay. The point that I'm trying to make before y'all jump all over me is if there was something going on with the situation, I'm pretty sure since they came out and told us that, they would have also mentioned that they asked for additional testing. Don't you think that makes sense?
Yeah. So,
nah,
let me respond to that real quick.
that's
Hold on one
fact.
second.
Like what you saying is real, and I understand the thing about the Ramirez shit. I mean, I get where you're coming from that angle, but if Ramirez's camp never said nothing about it, we don't know. And as far as that water shit, that came out after the fight. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody got an excuse when they lose.
No,
But here's the
I don't
thing.
think they were making an excuse. I think they were just talking about how difficult it was to work with the Haneys. And I feel you, right? Everybody makes excuses. I was weight drained. I was this, I was that. And I don't care none of
Yeah.
the excuses. But what I'm saying is the point is they would have also mentioned that if there was excessive testing. If they
So
complained about water, y'all niggas don't think they would have really complained about excessive testing?
But
well,
I
let's
but
talk.
but
Let's
but
talk.
I believe
Wait,
I believe the Ramirez was with the testing period because of the Golden Boy shit and Ryan. So I believe that they had no choice. Like, look, y'all gonna have to do this regardless because of the shit with Ryan had
so
just happened. Like, but
okay.
like I said, I don't know. So I don't want to put nothing in the
So
air and it stick. I don't
Get your
know.
ass.
Yeah, that's my thing is if you go, you got to keep the energy for everybody across the board. If you gonna be on that same shit with Norman, then you should have been on that same shit with Ramirez. And it's clear that they wasn't on that same type of timing with Ramirez.
it's actually not. So here's the thing, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
You
No, this
want
nigga right here, this nigga right here, bro. Get
You
this
wanted to
nigga
put
out of
I
here,
don't know what
bro.
happened with the Ramirez.
Get
I
this
don't know if they
bum,
did or didn't.
bum out of
I
Rich
here,
is
agree
the
to that.
bro.
real one to admit that he
Yeah.
don't understand. That he
Let,
don't know
Yeah,
100%.
yeah, I
Hacker
fuck
want
with
to
Rich.
defend
no,
it,
Rich
no.
can
but
admit
Let,
shit.
let me
Hacker is nothing to defend on that shit,
let
my
me say
nigga.
Yeah,
it. You always say that, but
seriously,
that's not
bro.
true.
There's really
Let me
nothing
No,
to
no.
defend
let
on
me
that.
Get
just speak.
Hacker out of here. Rich can
Let,
stay. Hacker gotta
no,
go. At least Rich can keep it
let me
real.
just say one
Hacker gonna
thing though.
find any fucking way to jump through
I haven't
hoops to
even
make what
spoken.
Devin and Bill
You guys are
say
going
fucking
back and
true.
forth about the same thing. Let me just say it though. When we talk about what happened with Ramirez,
Get
right?
this bum
And
out of here.
when we talk about what happened with Bill Haney and the Normans, right? Remember, this conversation started with a discrepancy, right? That's how the Norman and the Haney
Hey,
situation.
Hacker, let me
No,
stop you here.
hold on, wait. Why do you always gotta stop me?
Hold on, Hacker. Let me let you something. Let me let you know something. Hacker, you are not God. You cannot make a way out of no way out of this shit, brother.
Now let me speak. If I'm
Just
wrong,
stop
I'm
it.
wrong.
Just stop it, bro. It's
If
disgusting
I'm
for you to
wrong, I'm
even
wrong.
defend this shit. You're
Let me
not
just
God,
speak.
Hacker.
Let me
You
speak.
cannot make a way out of no way out of this shit. So
Let me
stop
speak.
defending this shit.
Let me
It's
speak.
ass, bro.
Let me
Stop it,
speak.
bro.
Let me
Stop it.
speak, brother. Let me
Stop
just
it.
speak. I just want
Stop
to
it. I don't even want to hear it. Honestly, I really don't even want to hear
because you
your
guys,
defense in this
everybody
shit.
wants to look at
I don't
one
even want to hear
one
your
perspective.
defense in this.
No, everybody
So
wants to hear one
let's
perspective.
move. Let's move
Let me just
forward.
speak.
Let's move
Oh,
forward.
let me just land with what I wanted to say,
Let's
right?
move forward.
Let me just want
No,
because you
no,
got
I don't even
the
want to hear your
part
defense
everybody
to
leaving
that,
out.
bro. You're acting crazy with it.
I
It's a
haven't
bad
spoken.
defense.
It hasn't spoken. Let me
It's
just
a
say what I wanted
bad
to say.
defense.
Then let me say it. Then and prove me wrong after I say it. What started the issue between the Normans and the Haneys was a discrepancy, right? That's what started it, right? If there's no discrepancy, do they have that conversation? And then you look at the Ramirez situation. There's a good possibility there was no discrepancy. That's why it was never brought up.
What was the discrepancy?
The discrepancy was that Bill Haney was under the expectation that they already started, and the Normans said, "Hey, that's not true. We had this on the contract." That was the discrepancy. However,
Dr.
it was,
Hector, let me ask you a question, right?
hold on,
How
y'all
was it a
threw me off.
discrepancy? No, no,
Y'all
no, no,
threw me
no, no,
off.
because you're
Y'all threw me
doing
off
too much.
one
There's
time.
two people on this panel. There's two people on this panel who have background knowledge and intimate
Yeah, but
relationships
that's
with the
hearsay.
people we're discussing. If they've already said that the
Yeah.
email went out, why the fuck would Bill then come out publicly and say something completely opposite of what
Again,
the email said? If not, to try to slander this boy.
again,
The problem I have with you, Boxing Hacker, is you never know how to be honest. You never know how to
again.
admit when you're fucking wrong. You never understand how to say maybe Bill is not telling the fucking truth. You make it any way possible to make it
I
seem like
I
Bill
hear
Haney is
y'all.
telling the fucking truth.
I
You
hear
can
y'all.
catch this nigga in a lie yourself and then
I hear
still
y'all,
sit up
but
here
that's not
and
how
try
that
to make
thing works.
excuses for him, bro.
That's not how the thing works, y'all. Like you're creating the fallacy of authority, right? Oh, this guy has background information, right? How do you know he's telling the truth? You don't. It's hearsay. You don't know. You just know he's saying it. He has
You know
So
background.
Bill shit is hearsay too, right? So Bill shit is hearsay
But
too,
it's
then, right?
but it's the first person account, right? So I'm saying there's
Oh my God. That's what I'm
logically
talking about.
speaking,
That's what I'm talking about.
logically
This is what
speaking,
I'm
there's a
talking about right here,
discrepancy
bro.
from what Bill Haney is saying and what the Normans are saying. That's something we know to be true because there's a discrepancy. They had a conversation.
You know how we know they
But
were
what we
telling the truth?
so to
Because
say
Bill
that
came out
you-
on
why don't we
what was it,
why
the Boxing
wait
Voice, and was
hold on.
Hold on,
letting
Hacker. Hold on, Hacker. Let her talk.
I always get cut off.
you getting
Why did I
cut
get
off
cut off
because you
for?
are full of shit right now.
I
Okay,
didn't even get to finish.
the reason why
Hacker, let her
you know
talk.
it was a lie is because Bill came out on the Boxing Voice talking about the extra 2 weeks. Senior got up there with him, and he's like, that was not in the contract. Bill did not negate that. He did not negate that. And then remember, everybody started trying to clown and pressure B into doing the 2 extra weeks because he was going on vacation. This is how you know it was some extra BS. So
I think he did
you
negate
can't get
that.
around that one.
He
Bill
did.
did not negate that.
He did negate it though. But
No,
yeah, we can move forward. We can still move forward. That even if he doesn't negate it, right? It's not false. That you're creating a false binary there. It doesn't mean that what Brian Norman is saying is true.
So then why didn't
Now
Bill
you can claim
negate it?
something, and I might negate it. Doesn't mean what you just said is true.
Oh my God.
Like yeah, that's why I say
You're guessing, but we know. You're
All I'm saying
guessing,
is
but
this:
we know.
when you look at the Ramirez situation, if there's no discrepancy, that conversation probably doesn't happen. Like it's not like Bill Hayes just like
Hacker. Let's read her. Let's read her. Hacker. Let's come back full circle. You see my man Samuel's comment right here? Said Ramirez is not a threat. Norman is to anyone at 147. Can you read the room that obviously in the fight with Devin Haney and Ramirez that they didn't really 100% feel that Ramirez was a threat to him, but going into this fight, they feel that obviously the man Brian Norman Jr. is a real true threat to him in this
Right.
fight.
And so
Fact.
you want me to speculate what happens after that? Is that what this is? Like, and now I should be like, obviously that's why he wanted more testing for. That's not how it works.
No, I'm asking you. No, Hacker, I'm asking you. Can you understand the fact that Ramirez is not a threat compared to Brian Norman Jr.?
Okay, I understand
That's a
that. So,
fact.
And you know,
That's
it's
a
so
fact.
goofy for you to say because Bill didn't. They had been arguing. You know, Bill's big mouth is gonna say that's not true. It was in the contract for the extra 2 weeks. So I don't know
yeah,
why you up here playing these games.
it's not playing, but to say
Playing
that he
games.
has to have the same argument of Ramirez is sort of crazy, right? If they don't have the same discrepancy, why would they have the same argument? Why would that even come out? Right? Like they had discrepancy, that's why they argued, that's why it came out. Now to say that, oh, well, why didn't it come out with Ramirez? Well, we don't know if there was a discrepancy. Maybe there was no discrepancy.
Yeah. I don't know if that's true or not. That's why I can't speak on that. I
Yeah,
don't know what
and
the
the whole
fuck.
water situation makes sense. Like At the end of the day, you tested all the way through, so you have to take a particular type of water just to make sure nothing else in your system can get in after you're tested.
But I
It
do
all
get what
makes
you're
sense.
saying, though, Cam. I said myself, I wouldn't be surprised if the Haneys ain't nervous. Shit, hell yeah, they probably nervous. That young nigga knocking shit loose. Fuck yeah.
Facts.
I
Facts.
wouldn't be
By the games,
surprised.
gloves, yeah, you
Shit.
know they're nervous.
That
All this
nigga hitting hard the most. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised they is to know. I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised. I'm sure every fighter nervous though. Come on,
Yeah.
shit.
I mean,
Hell yeah. And then look at
fucking-
Norman. Man, as tough as any
Absolutely.
fighter is, when you get in that ring with a nigga that you see putting grown ass men on his back, you gonna be nervous. I don't give a fuck how good you are. You gonna be nervous. Like, you don't want to go to sleep? Hell no. You know, like that's natural. Shit.
yeah, I mean, being nervous and walking in the ring is a natural thing.
Yeah, hell
Yeah.
yeah. I'll be being that young
doesn't mean
nigga
you're
knocking
gonna lose.
motherfuckers out. Devin better be nervous. Shit. He
I mean,
put
Mike Tyson was nervous in like almost all his fights, right? He said
shit.
himself.
That nigga put motherfuckers to sleep in there. That man lost his memory for what? What'd he say? 2 weeks? Hell yeah, I'm nervous. 6 weeks? Hell yeah.
He's still not
Shit.
gonna win though.
That nigga
Nervous or
better be
not.
nervous.
Devin Hayes gonna win that fight, nervous or not, bro. Why
We don't know. We don't
think
know,
he-
bro.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
I
50-50.
think Brian Nolan definitely got a good shot though. I think he has a good shot, but I don't see him winning though.
Like I said, the only thing I want to see is if Norman don't catch him, can he get deep in his bag and box with him? Will it be a chess match like that? I want to see that shit.
Can Norman box with Devin?
Yeah, I want to see that. I want
Somebody
to see
asked me that question the other day. What's one thing that Devin can't or shouldn't do against Brian? And I guess people were shocked when I said it, but I'm gonna say it again. The one thing that Devin shouldn't do with Brian Norman is try to box him.
Okay, we'll see.
You think Brian will catch up to him?
I just think that Devin Haney should not try to box him.
I think he should. I mean, I think that's his. To me, that's his way to win. He don't sit in a bucket with Brian. That'll kind of be fighting Brian's fight. You know.
You know
You
what?
don't
You
want
know
to do
what's
that.
crazy, Tay? I told Brian. I said I would rather him box him out instead of knocking him out because so many people think that all Brian has is brute punching. You know what I'm saying? Like all he could do is punch. All he has is a puncher's chance. I don't know how many times I've seen that. I'm like, nah, this nigga can actually box. So
Yeah,
I
that's
would
what I want
prefer
to see.
him if he had to. You know what I'm saying? I would prefer him to outbox Devin just to show that he can. Because people, for whatever reason, think that all he's gonna do is punch on Devin and that's it. But nah, the nigga can really box too.
about
I want to
Nah,
see. That's why I said. That's why I
I
said.
actually
That's
heard
what,
you say that,
see,
and that's
that's
funny you
what make
said
this
that
shit
because I
so
heard you say that.
interesting. That's what make it so interesting, bro. Cause don't nobody know what's what. I gotta see that shit, bro.
his
Yeah, I
I
can't
superpower.
gotta
wait.
see
I
that.
can't wait.
I gotta
I
Brian's
see
can't
this
wait.
shit.
superpower will end Devin quickly if that child decides to box them.
She don't like Devin at all.
I,
It's not that
I
I
don't.
don't. I just have studied, and I'm trying to tell y'all, Brian actually does have a superpower. He does a lot of things with him.
Yeah,
He,
I
he
don't.
has he has flaws. I've talked about them before, but his superpower it will end Devin quickly. You better not box that child.
Hey man, somebody told me Lubin was gonna beat Ortiz on his channel yesterday and disappeared after the second round. But I'll say this, right? Like
You
I
are
think
ridiculous.
Brian Norman is a boxer puncher, right? He's really good at boxing. I'm not gonna say he's a bad boxer. I just think the levels are a little bit different. I think that Devin's just a better. The eye test. If I look at both of them, I think Devin's a little more refined at boxing.
Name a fight where he exclusively just a
Yeah,
Talking
like
about
he's
this,
more,
Sid.
he's more
Great
refined. Like
question.
he does,
Great question. I was
doesn't
going
fire
there.
punches and
Hold on,
stuff
what was the
like that.
question? What was the
I asked
question?
this shit
I didn't
last
hear it. I
night.
didn't hear
I
it.
asked
What was
this
the
Yeah,
last
question?
night.
you can look
Repeat
at
the question, please. I didn't hear her.
Name a fight where Devin is just like this great boxer.
I think he
On his
fights great
own.
all his fights.
I
I mean,
can name about 5 of them.
if you
Please
want
do.
to name some, you can look at like I said, the Lomachenko fight. He fought well. Linares fight. I think he fought extremely well against Linares. I think he fought extremely well against what's his name, Regis Progress. Even the worst fight that people say he had against Ramirez, he won almost every single round. I think he
Can
won
I
every single round.
I
So
want to
like, when
point
you
out
look at
something to one of the fights you just named in particular, because everybody talks about it. The Linares fight, right?
yeah,
he did well. But
Yeah.
we all know he got caught in that fight, right? Everybody always makes fun of
Yeah.
Devin for it. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
if that child rolls under the way he did against Linares, Linares kind of, he almost he wobbled him. He will knock the smell out of that child. You do
Well,
that.
here's the
And
difference,
guess
though.
what?
Okay, but Brian
Linares
got
lost
caught
around.
against Boca Chica. Brian got knocked down against Boca Chica.
Boca
Yeah.
Chica sets people up like that. That was a
I'm
mistake.
just, but so I'm saying a
But
knockdown
guess
don't mean
what?
they getting caught. You gonna get caught. It's a fight. If you don't get
You
hit in the
gonna get
fight, you wasn't fighting. You
But
gonna get hit. You
But
gonna get
in
hit.
that fight, Brian was actually he wasn't on point. He got caught slipping, but he don't
Exact same thing with Devin.
He
Devin
don't make
got
that
caught.
same mistake
What's
no
the
more. But
difference?
guess what? Devin still does. We even saw it on the training video leading up.
Ah man,
He
So,
you
but
rolled
trying to
under
pick
shots.
hairs. You
He did
picking
here's the
not.
hairs.
difference.
You
Oh,
He
picking
here's
at
the
them
rolled
shit
difference,
under
with a
though.
shots.
fine tooth comb,
So,
trying to find something
You
to.
know what?
Come
Because
on,
that's
man.
called
here's
studying,
here's the
sir.
difference, though.
That is called studying film. You're
Come
supposed
Yeah,
on,
to be
man.
going through the
shower,
What?
protocol.
shower.
Oh
Here's the
nah.
difference with the
Oh,
You
Linares
don't,
fight,
I don't
though,
know what
right?
to tell you.
Shower. Remember one thing about the Linares fight? That fight where he got caught, he won that round and the round after that. Damn round. So that one punch you're relying on, say, oh,
So
he got
just
caught.
because
Fight. It's a
That's
fight.
crazy.
said
You don't get
it's
hit.
proven, I mean,
You
At the end
gonna
of the
get
day,
hit
you
in the
train
fight.
hard. You
of
deserve to hit your
a
opponent.
3-minute round, if you get wobbled and maybe you did the better work, I'm not mad, I guess, if you get a 10-9. I'm just saying the child still makes the same mistakes.
Yeah.
And if he does it
What's
with
the
me,
mistake?
he's
Every
getting
fight
knocked
gets
the
hit.
hell out because guess what? It's the same thing that Sasaki did.
So
Roll under. And we
Gamboa caught Bud and Bud whooped his ass.
we
So
ain't
that
talking
means
about Bud
Gamboa.
and Gamboa. No, we
shower,
talking
Hold
about
up,
shower.
but
Brian
we
If you
seen
want to look
Bud
at
still getting
fighters
caught
who
with the
make
right
mistakes,
hand by Madrimov. Bud was still getting caught with the right hand by
all of it.
Canelo. It happens, bro. If you got flaws, you got flaws. That don't mean he gonna be able to exploit it.
and
Oh,
Brian Owens
I just
Jr.
said
has
he did the
flaws
same
too.
thing
Remember
with
that. Like, what are
freaking
we talking about here?
But that don't mean Norman's gonna be able to do that.
think he won't. Think he
We
won't.
don't
How
know.
Like,
many
That's
what?
why I
battles
said we got to
Oh,
see
why
the
did you talk
fight.
about Brian
You
Owens
already
issues?
won the fight. You already sent the fight over.
Shower.
We
Why did
don't
you talk about
know.
Brian Owens
You're
issues
right.
then?
You're right. Anything can
Shower.
happen. I'm
Why
just
did you talk about
saying.
Brian
Nah,
Owens issues then?
Rich. It ain't about her. It's just her how she sees the fight. She's studying the fight and she giving her prediction on how she see the fight. That's all it is. It's a conversation. You feel me?
What about Brian Norman's issues? Like, why don't we talk? Yeah,
Yeah, but to just say that
everything
he
goes
gonna
around.
get
You talk
caught,
The
about.
lunch.
And
and
you can
but
look
to
at
just
Brian.
say he gonna get caught and get done like this when we got examples of Norman getting caught and getting done like something. Who's to say?
I
But
say
that
he
don't
got a
that
problem.
that don't mean Devin gonna be able to exploit him how Boca Chica did.
No,
You
he
know,
won't.
that's
Because
why
I
we
nobody
mean,
want to see
can
the
but see,
do
fight.
it.
but this is the thing though. This is my thing is within this fight, when we've been talking about this fight, we're talking about some fights that's like 5, 6, 7 fights ago. I like to look at the last 2, 3 fights between both fighters.
Okay.
And that's the conversation that a lot of people from the Haney side don't really want to have
Why?
100%. You know what I'm saying? Because of the fact that they go away from the performances from that Haney hasn't been good his last 2 fights. That's the honest, truth to
Well,
be
let's look at
told.
the last two
I'd
fights
say
then.
one out of them. That Ramirez fight, I thought he did okay to
He
me.
wasn't good in the Ryan fight, regardless whether the Oscar either. So we gonna
Yeah,
be
but
real.
He was
you
winning
can't judge the
outside of
fight the way
no.
he
Hold
did.
up, Cam.
He
Cam,
wasn't
I
winning
fuck
that
with
fight.
you.
He,
I'm a
bro,
big
he on,
fan of your
hold
show,
on, Rich,
Cam. I'm
Rich, let me,
subscribed. I'm
Rich,
a big
Rich,
fan
hold
of
on,
your
hold
show,
Rich, let
bro.
me
He
be
was
real
winning
with
that
you.
fight.
Now, he only won 2 through 5 in that fight.
Stop it, Cam.
I
He was
don't agree
winning the
with
rounds. He didn't get knocked down in neither. Come on, Cam. I fuck with you. I
round.
fuck with the
He
show. Come on,
made
Cam.
major mistakes, which is why we saw him getting knocked the hell down.
And
And
that's why
when he
look,
finally
look.
adjusted in
The,
the fight, then he was catching rights. Huh?
Look, the
Nobody
fight
wanted to
was
talk
so
about
close
that.
it went to a decision. Don't do that, y'all. He knocked him down all them times and it still went decision.
I
Come
said
on
he was
now.
winning rounds.
Come on
But I
now.
still said that the
Like
same mistakes that he was making against Ryan, he better have cleaned it up. Again, all I'm saying is Devin makes the same mistakes he's always made. I'm not saying he can't adjust. I'm not saying he ain't gonna come into this fight, more on point. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying if he does that stuff, I don't care what nobody say. Yes, I think B will capitalize and he gonna get knocked out.
facts,
What are the
facts,
mistakes he makes though? Like,
facts.
what mistakes are you talking about?
What mistakes
You
am I
know what
talking about?
mistakes she talking
No,
about.
I
Nigga, that
want to
Yes,
hear
bow
it.
and
I
arrow
understand
jab that
what
he be doing. You know what she
Don't take
talking
it
about,
back,
man.
Rich. Take it back, Rich.
This fucking
Let
fake
let
it,
him
man.
let him
I know
talk.
exactly what she talking
I'm
about.
glad Rich here, man. Somebody has some
Look at
context with
that.
some real
What
shit.
else did he do with
Come
that
on,
jab?
man. You
What
know
else did
Devin
he do wrong
Devin
in his jab?
did do that.
I said what B does wrong. Y'all tell me what Devin does wrong, because I know he does way more with the
I
jab
know a
as
lot
jab
Devin do
than he
wrong.
did bow and arrow. You tell me.
There's
Because I
nothing
ain't
wrong
got
with
to
his
tell
jab, though.
everybody what the hell I think.
Besides the bow
And
and
the point is
arrow,
that was
Devin
given by
Haney.
other
Besides the
pros.
bow and arrow, Devin Haney a 1-2 grab. He got that real bad. Like it's a lot of shit that
What
Devin
else to
Haney.
do with
There's
the
You
nothing
know
jab?
what
wrong
I'm
with that
saying?
either.
Like,
Why everybody be running
There's
around
nothing
talking
wrong
about
with
he
the
got
stuff you
some
guys are
beautiful
saying, though.
jab?
Like,
but
Attention on
it's
it.
a
got
lot that
caught.
he does good. It's a lot that he does good. It's
I
just
just
like Brian Norman. It's a lot Norman do good. Like,
Y'all know Floyd Mayweather used the bow and arrow jab too in a lot of his fights. It happened. He just got all that happened. He got caught by Ryan, and a fighter will get caught. There's nothing wrong.
I'm
It
not
happens.
saying some of it, but I know
When you
TJ.
want to talk about somebody doing something wrong, somebody who clears their punches and not don't measure their distance properly, that's something wrong. You know, just because a fighter gets caught doesn't mean that that's a fighters
This
get caught all
child
the time.
leaps with his jab sometimes. He come up under people squared up. Look, I could tell you stuff that he does. I could tell you stuff that Brian does, but y'all ain't telling me, Jack. You're just mad because I am critiquing
I'm-
Devin because I do think he's
I
the
know Norman feet get in the mud. Sometimes his feet get stuck in the mud.
Yeah.
He'll smother his own shots.
He's
Like
more
it's
than
a lot that
structural.
Norman do wrong. You know, like he'll get too close to where he can't even get his power shot off.
I
You know, like he got a little. Ain't no
Yeah.
fighter
But I
perfect.
think he's putting that
Shit.
up. So that's the difference. Another thing B does that I don't know for sure if they're doing that. He studies his own self, y'all. He tries to actually make amends for the mistakes that are made, and you can see it.
That's why
Fight
I
to
like
fight.
Norman. That's
Devin
why I
is
like
still
him.
making the same mistakes he was doing since he was fighting Linares.
No, you don't.
That's why I like
You're
Norman. Though.
no,
Norman
I
the
don't think so.
realest.
I don't know. I
But
don't know.
nah, Devin done cleaned up a lot of shit. But I mean, they
Yeah,
both got a lot.
their
But
style
understand
changes
this.
a lot.
Let him
Understand this.
know
You
they're putting
talking
in
about a
work.
24 and a 25. How old is them? 24, 25, 20. Them niggas got a long way to go. So,
They do.
Devin,
yeah, you talking about
the way
youngsters.
The way Devin fought Lomachenko was not how he fought Regis, and nor is it
I
how he fought
agree.
Kambosos. Devin actually changes his style based on his game plan.
But he still
What?
made some of the same mistakes in them.
I don't know his style. He changes himself a bit from
You
fight.
want to
You
know why
really
he
watch
didn't fight the
Devin?
same? You want to know why? Because the threat wasn't, the same. Lomachenko was more of a threat to him compared to Regis Prograis, bro. That's just true be
I
told.
don't
It's
know.
based on
Regis punching harder.
fight
Regis,
plan.
I don't know. Cause
Nah,
I
I don't
mean,
believe that.
Loma.
Lomachenko was punching. Lomachenko was getting his ass that second half of that fight. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
no doubt, no
Like
doubt. I thought it
between
was a
that fight in
draw.
general, but you
I
know what I'm
thought it
saying,
was
with
a
that
draw.
fight, a lot of people felt like Devin won the first 5, 6 rounds, and then
Loma won the last
those
half.
the second half, and almost won the second half, but then it came to the championship rounds where it was swing rounds in between both. You know what I mean? Could have
Yeah,
went either way. You know what I mean?
I called it a draw when I first saw it. I thought it was a draw. It was a damn good fight. Like
Yeah, that was a good fight.
that was a damn good fight. But
It
I
was
don't
certainly a
know
lot
because
of long.
Regis punching, but Regis ain't boxing like Loma. So that's kind of with that. Who was the threat? Shit, they both bad motherfuckers at
This
one
my
point
this
in
my
time.
thing with Devin with the Norman fight though in general though, like what I'm saying, we seen with Ramirez in particular, man. It was a lot of defense. He provided limited offense in this fight. With Norman Jr. being the champion, he's not going to be able to fight that same type of way, man, against Brian Norman Jr., man, that he fought with Ramirez. You know
No.
what I'm saying? Not providing much offense. He's going to have to provide a lot more offense than he did with Ramirez, and that definitely takes to where it's going to take some chances in between, getting hit with some punches that's
Hmm.
powerful from Brian Norman Jr. in the process. How y'all
Hmm.
feel about that?
Yes, that's a chance he gonna have to take. I mean, he gonna have to sit down. All that running and moving like he did against Ramirez, that's not gonna work against Norman. Even though
Why
I
not?
didn't see it as like quite running, he just was shell shocked. That nigga didn't want to get hit. Well,
Uh,
you got a hell of an opponent now. So what you gonna do? You gonna sit down or you gonna move? Like,
he fought Ramirez like Sugar Ray fought Duran in the second
no,
fight.
sir. No, sir.
100%. I watched that
No,
whole fight.
sir.
Yes, he did.
No,
Hacker,
sir.
stop.
I
Yes, he
swear to
did.
God,
Stop.
he did.
Don't
Hacker
think
don't
that
do
shit. I
that.
didn't
Stop.
watch it,
No,
but I saw
sir.
that fight.
No,
He did.
sir.
He did
No,
lateral
sir.
movement and shoot and throw punches in spots.
It's a difference from lateral movement and fighting off the back foot. Devin did a lot of lateral
Lateral movement.
movement. Yeah,
A lot of circling, a lot of lateral movement.
yeah.
Sugar Ray Leonard did a lot of circling, a lot of lateral movement.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
You watch the fight?
Yeah, he was in and out. He just wouldn't stand there for him. He was
What's in and
not
out?
lateral moving.
So he didn't circle. He didn't
He
circle.
circled. I mean, you gonna circle, but he wasn't doing it like Devin the whole fucking round. Are
He
you crazy?
wasn't.
No, he didn't.
What was he doing?
He was in and out, bouncing off his toe. He wouldn't sit there and let that man punch him like he did in the first fight.
Wait. When you say in and out, do you mean forward and back?
That's why he was like, no. That's why they say he was like, no mas or whatever, because he couldn't get him. He couldn't get him. That was two different styles of fighting, though. And you can look at that fight on YouTube. That was two different styles.
Yes. Okay. Let me ask you a question. When you say in and out, do you mean forward and back?
Yeah, you know, in and out, man. Come on, man.
You mean forward, back, and circle? Which one do you really mean? Because he did forward, back, and circle.
Oh,
and you can rewatch the fight if you want.
Sugar Ray didn't. Sugar Ray didn't move that much. He didn't move that much.
He didn't move that much.
No, he didn't move as much as that.
Sugar Ray Leonard did not move that much in the second Durant fight.
Cam, have any of y'all ever seen that fight? Have any of y'all ever seen that fight?
Somebody else watch? No. You didn't watch it, brother.
I think they're ignoring you, dude. Like, no, hell no. Nah. That was Devin threw the least amount of punches in the fight ever.
I mean,
Devin threw they even brought up the compy box. That was the least amount of punches ever thrown in a fight, bro. Sugar Ray and them was throwing.
I didn't say
it was action in a fight. Like, cut it out. Two different fights.
I didn't say that it was more higher punch output. I said they fought pretty much a similar fight. Even Shane Mosley said it. Shane Mosley
I
said
ain't gonna argue with you, bro.
Shane Mosley said he fought like Sugar Ray Leonard when he fought. Right. He literally did. Like that's literally how he fought.
You're right.
Who fought like Sugar Ray Leonard? Devin?
Yeah.
You trying to say Devin fought Ramirez like Sugar Ray Leonard fought Durant?
Y'all get mad.
Hacker. You out of pocket. You out of pocket, bro. He ain't never looked like no fucking Sugar Ray Leonard, nigga.
Sugar Ray Leonard ain't never did what Devin did. Sugar Ray Leonard ain't never did that.
Hacker, we got the gig is up. Stop the bullshit. We not doing that. Stop it, Hacker. Stop it. Hacker, stop the bullshit. Hacker, stop it. Hacker,
bro, he never. You can't find a fight right there, bro. I swear to God, you're not gonna find a Sugar Ray fight where he circled the ring like that,
bro. This is funny.
We're not doing that, dog.
Right, let's leave it alone, man.
We're not doing that, dog. We can't do that, bro. We can't do that, bro. You can't disrespect Leonard like that, bro. You can't do that, dog.
In boxing, it's always been this.
You can't do that.
Don't make the fight. We didn't make the fight. It's Turkey, right? So there ain't nothing to talk about, right? I come on here. I talk about the game plan that Devin is going to tattoo the fuck out your son's face. We're going to start with that motherfucking stick and show him that you got to have a motherfucking stick in this motherfucking business. You see what I'm saying? He going to press him. You know what I mean? You're going to see that motherfucking Brian Norman going backwards. You dig what I'm saying? Because you thinking that he just going to come forward and press. So I'm talking to you. Now, why aren't you talking back?
Let me get my brother take on that right there, bro.
Man, listen. The first time Devin feel that boy jab, I know what he's gonna do. That's all I'm gonna say.
He's definitely gonna jab him back and win the fight. Cam, I'm gonna say this to you. In boxing, it's always known that you box the punch.
Motherfucker, he wasn't talking to you. God damn, every time I talk, you get to talking. Every time you get to talking, you get to talking. Now, I done shut the fuck up for a whole hour. Yeah. I done shut the fuck up for a whole hour, let you talk, let you have the floor.
I thought you said you were done. My bad.
Man, shut the fuck up.
You said that's all you have to
say.
Man,
shut the fuck up, man. I'm dead ass serious now, man. Shut the fuck up, bro.
I said that's all you have to say. And you want
shut the fuck up, man. God damn, unless you had a floor for a whole hour. I ain't said a motherfucking word, nigga. Stop playing with me, man.
You said you were done, bro.
Man, stop playing with me, man. Like I just said, bro.
Okay, let me know when you're done.
Stop playing with me, man.
Just let me know.
Like I was saying, but I just feel as if, you know, shit. That's fight talk from Bill. He's supposed to say that. Norman, you know, he gonna say what he gonna say. But the intel is gonna be when we, you know, saying when B get in the ring. Like I say, you look at the faces of the last three guys. Once they felt the jab, and then that was gonna happen. Yeah, Dev's supposed to jab back, right? He's supposed to be coming forward. Listen, that ain't gonna end up with. Like I said before, the one thing I do think that Devin shouldn't do is box with him, right? Now, if Devin decides to come forward, good luck. But again, it's just one of these fights where Brian gets to show you guys differently than what most people say, right? But I know for a fact that when he feel that first jab, I know exactly what Devin's gonna do. And shit, if he say you go, if Bill say you gotta have a stick, show me, show him. That's it. That's it. Show him you gotta have a stick. That's it. Good luck. That's the only thing I can really say, bro, without saying so much.
Facts. Let me get Dairy Queen. Let me get your opinion on that, sis.
Yeah, we'll see. It's just, talking, Bill still trying to, I'll say this. Both of them are doing a great job of promoting this fight. That's one thing I will say. It has been thoroughly entertaining from the very beginning, and I just cannot wait till the 22nd. So all this conversation can be done.
The shower.
I'm surprised again that Bill actually told the truth about who made the fight. Shout out to Bill for telling the dang truth finally. Two, um, he's getting tatted up. Okay, again, I'm gonna ask a question I always ask everybody. What's gonna happen when B come over the top and punch harder? What's gonna happen when he take that man's jab away? Then what's everybody gonna say? That's all I gotta say. He could take away somebody's jab. Period.
Yeah, go ahead, Hacker.
Don't be long.
Oh wait, not bad. We talking about the jab effect?
The clip that was just played, sorry.
Oh, with the whole Bill Haney talking about they're gonna tattoo him up, right? Like I said, I think they're gonna. I don't think that's gonna be their complete strategy. I do think they're gonna do a lot of boxing in that fight. I do think Devin. I don't think Devin Haney has a bad jab. I think Devin Haney has one of the best jabs in boxing currently. If you always want to ignore that part, but the jab will be important. But I don't think that's gonna be their whole game plan. I do expect them to box a bit. Until they gauge how good Brian Norman is. And then maybe if they feel like they can go in, they'll go in. Maybe not, they'll just stick to that original game plan. One thing I remember that Shakur said when Shakur was asked who he thought was better between Brian Norman and Devin, he said, "You know what? Brian Norman is really good, but that style that he fought against Ramirez, even though people hate it, it's really hard to beat." And that's actually the truth. A person who can move and jab and move like that, it's actually a hard style to beat. It might be boring. People might find it physically boring, but remember one thing: Devin won almost every single round of that fight, and he came out unscathed. It's a hard style to beat, so we'll see what happens though. But yeah, that's the way I look at it.
Who up, Cam?
Yeah, go ahead, Rich. Go ahead.
I mean, I look at Bill and Senior kind of the same. They promoting the fuck out the fight. Both of them gonna say their son is that. That's what they supposed to do. And they both trainers, so they obviously gonna talk about what he got. My only thing is, as far as for the fans' perspective, don't throw neither one of these niggas away if either one of them lose. Like, I hate that shit. That's why we don't get the big fights, because you'll get somebody clowning this dude for this and that. Like, let's just appreciate the fact that we got two young niggas in their prime fighting each other, no ducking. You know what I'm saying? May the best man win. I really don't care who win. I just want to see the fight. I just ain't with the shitting on the fighters. Like, whoever win or lose, let's keep both of them in high regard so we can see them back doing the same thing, and it can catch on to other fighters and they can start doing this shit, fighting each other. That's all I really care about.
Yeah, for sure, man. Hold on, I got something else to say. Hold on. Now, this one here, Singer was cooking up crazy a little bit. I'm gonna play a little bit of what he was talking about on this real
I'm about to
quick.
turn around this way. So, can we see this?
Yep.
Yep.
Where's Devin Haney at?
On the outside,
No, where's the whole where are they in proximity to each other?
Jamal,
Where are they in proximity to each other? They're right. He's right in front of him.
Right. Yeah.
He's not getting around him. He's not doing anything. Even with this,
Mhm.
It's his problem. It's his fault. It's what he's not doing. You understand?
You're talking about Ramirez, or
Ramirez, it's what he's not doing. He's not letting his hands go. You understand?
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's him. It's on him. Look, if I could go back right now, which I don't feel like going here and get a remote, but if I can go back, matter of fact, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it because I got time.
Let's get the breakdown. Let's definitely get this breakdown.
I'm gonna show y'all something. Man. That's why I don't even understand how the hell it's so fucking freaking hard, man. It's crazy. It's not hard at all. People just, like I said, they just tend to believe what people say. Hold on a second. Okay. So watch again. Watch the double jab. Watch the double jab. Watch this.
Mhm.
Like the first one. So you see, he's doing nothing, but he's right in front of him. This is when it first started. He's doing nothing, but he's right in front of him. And then, of course, he do what he's doing, grab and hold, because he don't want to fight.
Mhm.
But you got to see when he double jabs. You got to see when he his first double jab. Well, that was his second one, I believe, right here. Right here. Look at this. Great. Did I already pass it? It was at the beginning. But that's how boring this. Look at this shit. It's nothing. What are we watching? What are we looking at? You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's coming. You see that? Did you just see that?
Yeah.
Up there.
You saw him catch him, right?
Yeah, I see that second.
Clear as day.
Jab.
Clear as day. Understand. Everybody knows the whole fight went this way.
Yeah,
The whole fight went this way. Devin is not really punching. They're right in front of each other. Now I'm gonna do this. Because also you got the fatigue type situation that kicks in. So then eventually, hold on. We're around 10. So eventually around 10, you get more of this. You get more of this, and then Devin starts to stop. You see that? He stops more and more. You look at this. Look at what's going on. He stops more and more. He's just not punching. Devin not even moving like he was no more. Are you paying attention? Y'all see this shit?
Yeah.
He could punch now. He won't do it. Look at it. He fucking scared. And he fucking, I don't know what he is. He's right there. He's right. He's literally right there. He ain't going nowhere. Those ain't no fucking elite feet. They ain't getting the fuck around nobody. I don't understand what people see. I got my specs on, so I can't goddamn see. Y'all should know that. So, but I got my specs. I'm looking, trying to understand. He just did it again. Hold on. Watch this. Hold on. Just show you how easy it is. Watch it. He just did it again. Watch when he jabs. I missed. I missed. He just jabbed him again. When he jabs, he just won't punch. It's just lack of punching. So to me, both of them look. He just there. He is. Just call him again. You seen that?
Yeah.
He just called him again. He's just not jabbing. He's not jabbing. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody is taking nothing away from Devin Haney. I told everybody from the very start when I saw this fight, I love this fight. They were somebody you worried about. I was like, worried about what? What am I worried about? I don't see anything to be worried about. I've never been more confident.
Let me get my brother Tay Jones' opinion about that clip right there, right?
I mean, honestly, bro, you been saying it all camp. You know what I mean? I just can't give away too much, but I mean, hey, that's how senior feel. You know what I'm saying? Can't say no how a guy feel. But like I say, no matter what he said on, a broadcast or a channel, whatever the case may be, it's definitely he respects what Devin does. You know what I'm saying? He just don't see anything that is he can do to his son, and there's nothing wrong with that. And that's why I say we got to see the fight. You know what I mean? But Senior just gonna be who Senior is. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that. Just like Bill gonna be who he is. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? But shit, man, we just gotta see the fight, bro. You know what I mean? I just feel like if I continue to talk too much, I'm gonna say too much.
Yeah, facts.
I like that.
Rich, what you think about that? Rich, what you think about that from Senior?
Man, Senior, hey, shit, Senior putting his promoter hat on. I like Senior though, because he be raw with it. He down there like Bill though. I mean, they gonna say what they feel. Like shit, I'm gonna say the same about my son. Ain't nobody fucking with him. Period. So. But as far as the boxing part, it depends on if Devin come out and fight like that. I'm sure Senior got a game plan to negate that shit, to cut him off, to cut the ring off, and all that. And if Devin want to come out and box, traditional head up, I'm sure he got a plan for that. So I'm like my man Tay said, I just want to see the fight, man. Like they done sold it. They done sold it to me. They done sold me on the fight. I want to see that motherfucker bad. Like.
Now, as far as the aspect that he was showing you in glimpses in that fight with Ramirez, where like the footwork wasn't crazy as a lot of people have been portraying and shit. You know what I'm saying? Where he was just moving around the ring and shit, and Ramirez was hitting him with a jab. When he was right there. But Ramirez, the only thing about him, he just wasn't throwing his damn hands for real. He had opportunities to make some shit shake, but Ramirez didn't take upon it. You know what I mean? But a lot of people make this whole luxurious footwork from Devin, but in that clip right there, what we were seeing, I didn't see the footwork crazy in that, particularly in my opinion.
Yeah, because I think a lot of Ramirez wasn't throwing. I don't know if it was because he was afraid of something coming back, or if he was fatigued or what. Because he wasn't throwing and Senior was right. It was opportunities where he could have, got off because he was right in front of Devin. So I really don't know what that is. Both them niggas had their hands in their pockets. Shit, I don't know. Like. Wow, I ain't never really seen no shit like that. I don't know what that was, to be honest.
I'll speak on that. So I think. Wait, are you done, Rich? Let me not.
Yeah, I'm good. Go ahead. Yep.
Yeah. So I think when it comes to that, I think it's a little bit underestimated. Like for a fighter to throw punches, he has to be in some kind of range, right? And what Devin did to Ramirez was always keep him out of range. So Ramirez was always trying to get into a certain range, like a mid to close range to land a barrage of shots on Devin. That's why Ramirez couldn't shoot. And if you look at what Devin was moving. Yeah, Devin didn't throw. Maybe Devin had more opportunity to throw punches. He could probably maybe take a little more chances there, or there might have been some places where Ramirez was still open where he could throw shots. But the reason why Devin probably wasn't, like I said, he was moving a lot as well, But yeah, I think the main thing was for Ramirez was a distance thing. It's not that Ramirez couldn't throw punches, just we was never in range for it, And then Devin was scoring, and like I said, it may look boring, but a part of boxing is all about distance. You could be you could be at a distance where your opponent feels like he can't throw no punches.
I mean, it is because when I was younger and I used to box, people used to talk about running, and one thing my coach would say was, "Which is an easier fight? If I stand here and fight with you, or if I move around? If you stand there, that's going to be an easier fight. But if you move, it makes it that much more challenging to catch you and all of that. So it is I know what you mean, but that ain't what motherfuckers want to see. Shit.
Hey, I don't mind it. It's the opponent's job to cut the ring. If
It is.
If you can't blame the person who's winning. Hey, you're winning in a boring way. No, you blame the person who can't win. People
What's
will
up,
call.
panel? What's going on?
What's up, David?
What's up? Hey, let me interject for a
D-Lens,
second.
go ahead, man. Speak your piece, my
What's
brother.
up,
What's
Cam?
popping with you?
What's going
Baltimore
on, Dad?
Giants.
Yes, sir. Hey, check it out, man. I'm gonna go ahead and say it like it is, After watching that fight again, I watched that night, I watched it twice, and I'm gonna call it what it is, yo. That was one of them TKO fix fights, plain and simple. Ramirez chasing man around the ring, cutting the ring off. And when he do cut the ring off, and Devin is trapped in the corner before he goes around and rotates again, Lubin isn't throwing any punches. Neither is Devin. Come on. What are you going to call that? You know he got to cut the ring off in order to get to Devin. Cut the ring off. Devin right there in front of him. And Ramirez isn't throwing any punches. Come on. Neither was Devin. Besides the occasional jab. because he don't want to get counted by Ramirez. But Ramirez wasn't throwing any punches. Plain and simple. Even when he had him in range, he wasn't throwing punches. After that one hook that came close and nearly plucked him, and Devin went into survival mode. Flight response kicked in. Come on, man. That was a fixed fight. Ramirez went on, took that quick, easy check, and just said, fuck it. That's all it was. Plain and simple. We can't call it any other way when you see some shit like that, man. Come on. You know what I mean? I'm not going to see. Yeah, I'm sitting here, I'm listening to Hacker explaining it. I was like, you can't explain that, man. Why Devin ain't throwing no punches back at him? I can see he don't want to get counted, but you got to take a chance. That's why he punched you. He saw that shit coming and he said, oh, no, hell no. Hell no. He started seeing Ryan Garcia every time he looked at motherfucking Ramirez. Ramirez was like, well, come on, man, throw a punch. Let's make this shit look good. Come on, let's make this shit look good. Ramirez sitting there, come on. And Devin is like, no.